I just finished watching the Ryan Garcia interview on the Ariel Helwani show. Shout out to Ariel Helwani. Listen, he had a lot to say in regards to Terence Bud Crawford. Question Terence Bud Crawford's legacy. Is he really great? How many young, hungry fighters did he fight in their prime? Like, Ryan Garcia said a lot, you know? And you know what? This video is actually to respond back to Ryan Garcia. I want to educate him a bit. I want him to see the true greatness of Terence Bud Crawford. Maybe his hatred, his beef with Terence Bud Crawford is clouding his judgment, you know? So I want to put him back in line. But before I do that, I'm going to play the interview so that you can listen to what Ryan had to say, and then I'm going to clap back. So let's get into this.
Terence Crawford on a couple of weeks ago.
Terence Crawford is a hater, bro. At the end of the day, I don't know why he's hating on me, bro. And
he picked Conor Benn.
I know he's biased. Obviously, he's biased because he don't like me.
Why?
He's strong in this and that. I don't know why he don't like me because I talk my shit. But like, bro, I have an opinion too. I don't think that he really fought nobody that was really young and talented and hungry. He didn't fight Virgil. He didn't fight Boots. He retired too early. Cool, you beat Canelo. But Canelo was already kind of past his prime in a way. You know what I mean? It's like, you can't really like run around saying you did everything you could possibly do. And guess what? You didn't have miles on you that much. Who'd you beat? You beat Gamboa? Victor Postal? I mean, you fought guys like Mean Machine. Virgil did too.
Spence was a nice win.
Yeah, I'll give him that. Spence is a nice win. I give him that was his best win. But other than that, like, never fought a Danny Garcia. He fought a Sean Porter. But they're all there. They were all pretty much, I think they didn't even have a fight after him. I don't know what happened to any of those guys. But at the nitty gritty, I mean, maybe he just didn't have competition, but I'm calling it how I see it. He should have ran the fade with Jaron Boots Ennis. Should have ran the fade with Virgil Ortiz. Like, why not why not fight one of these guys? I don't understand.
Terence Bud Crawford never faced any fighter who was young, hungry, and in their prime. I mean, that is completely false. That is absolute nonsense, mate. It's bullshit. I want to keep it real with you. And I could debunk that in seconds. You know, that's why I made this video. Just to debunk all the crap that Ryan Garcia was saying. He's entitled to his opinion, yeah? But he hasn't got the facts, mate. And he's not educated. He's ignorant. He's a fighter, great skills, but he's not really a student of the sport, man. I'm just going to keep it real. I can tell by the way he's speaking. Maybe because he's got beef with Terence Bud Crawford, you know, the guy back and forth on the socials. He's just trying to be a hater or whatever, trying to shit on Crawford. But I can't allow that to slide because, you know, there's new generation of boxing fans and all these kids coming up. They might think that's the truth. And it's not. And I'm going to show you. I've created a little presentation here. Yeah? I've created a presentation just to showcase and to debunk everything, well, the majority of the things that Ryan Garcia was spewing in that interview. Like, when it comes to Terence Bud Crawford facing young, hungry champions in their prime, fighters in their prime, mate, if you look at the green column on my screen here, on my presentation, I've listed you 5 fighters that Terence Bud Crawford fought in their prime. Yeah? Number 1, you got Errol Spence Jr. These 2 guys fought back in 2023, yeah? Errol Spence was unified champion in the welterweight division. He was 33 years old. I think Terence Bud Crawford is like maybe a year or 2 older, I think. You know, go double check, like, don't take my word for it. But I think Crawford is older than Errol Spence, yeah? And Errol Spence beat him. Sorry, Crawford beat Errol Spence when Errol Spence was in his prime, yeah? Now, listen. People might say, yo, but Enzo, Errol Spence just had an accident before fighting Terence Bud Crawford. Like, Spence wasn't the same. Like, after the accident, he wasn't the same. I get it. I hear it. I understand where you're coming from, but I want to say this. The same Errol Spence who was involved in a car crash before facing Terence Bud Crawford, he fought Ugas. He fought against Ugas and beat Ugas. The same Ugas that before fighting Errol Spence beat Manny Pacquiao. So Errol Spence didn't fight Terence Bud Crawford straight after the car crash. No, he fought against Ugas and beat him and smoked him, stopped him, smoked him. Go watch the fight back. Smoked him, beat him. That created a hype for him to fight Terence Bud Crawford. Terence Bud Crawford smoked Errol Spence, like dominated him, like Come on, mate. It was one-sided. It was a one-sided beatdown, mate. And then people want to use the excuse of the car crash. But forgetting that Errol Spence just beat Ugas before fighting Terence Crawford. Come on, man. Like, come on. Make it make sense, man. It don't make no goddamn sense. Let me go back to the screen. So we're past Errol Spence. That's in his prime, yeah? Victor Postol. Mate, Victor Postol, undefeated WBC champion, fresh off stopping Lucas Matisse. Do people know who Lucas Matisse was? One of the scariest guys at the time, mate, at 140 pounds. Yeah, Victor Postol beat him. He was considered, yeah, one of the best fighters at 140 pounds alongside Terence Crawford. So this fight was 50-50, mate. This is the fighter that's in his prime. Julius Indigo, we move on. Undefeated unified champion again. Terence Crawford smoked him. He just came off a win. I'm talking about Indigo here. He just came off a win beating Ricky Burns. Yoris Gamboa. Yeah, Yoris Gamboa. Listen, Ryan Garcia mentioned Yoris Gamboa. Yoris Gamboa was in his prime. He was a champion and undefeated when Terence Crawford stopped him. I remember that fight back in 2014. Yeah, Gamboa was a beast. He was knocking everyone out. He was smoking everyone, the Cuban. Shoot guys, stocky, punch as hard as a flipping train. He was a tank, smoking everybody. Crawford dropped him like 5 times and stopped him. He was in his prime. He was in his prime. Crawford was older than him. And most recently, Crawford fought against Israel Modrimov, who was a champion at 154 pounds. And he was undefeated. Crawford beat him. Israel Modrimov, yeah? Have you seen his amateur background? Israel Modrimov had like, 300 amateur fights, mate. This guy is talented, mate. Crawford actually went up in weight from 147 pounds to 154 pounds and beat another undefeated champion, mate. That's 5 undefeated champions, yeah? 5 undefeated champions who were in their prime that Terence Crawford beat. So where's this shit coming from? What's Ryan Garcia talking about that Terence Crawford didn't beat nobody in their prime? Where's it coming from? You know? And when he says shit like that, I'm actually looking online and there's people actually agreeing with him saying, yeah, man, Crawford didn't beat nobody in their prime. He's not that great. Mate, people need to educate themselves. You really need to study what you're talking about, man. A lot of people talk about boxing. They don't know shit about boxing, man. Like Roger Mayweather used to say, Jeff Mayweather and them, man. You don't know shit about boxing, man. Me, I'm an amateur boxing coach, so I'm always studying. I'm a great admirer of Terence Crawford. I'm a student of the game. I study Crawford. I study Mayweather. I study these guys. I want to understand how these guys got to the level that they got to. I study their resume. I break down their fights. So shit like this, what Ryan Garcia is talking about, can't get past me, man. And I'm sorry, Ariel Helwani, I like him, respect him, he's done a lot in the game, but he should have pushed back more. You know what I mean? Maybe he doesn't want to push back because he wants the interview from these guys, innit? Like, he wants to keep them sweet, doesn't want to upset them because they won't come back on his show. Me, I don't give an F because I don't care about interviewing these guys. So I want to come with the facts. I've got receipts. Do you know what I mean? I come with receipts, my people. Yeah? Look at the blue column right here on my presentation. Jeff Horn. Can people just remind themselves who Jeff Horn was? Yeah? Jeff Horn, the same Jeff Horn who beat Manny Pacquiao, who was a champion. By the time Crawford fought him, Jeff Horn was 30 years of age. He was in his prime. He was undefeated. Come on, man. Stop it, man. Stop it, man. Listen, take a screenshot of this presentation. Take a screenshot of it. Go study it, my people, man. I don't want to talk more, man. I think I've made my point. Look at the screenshot. Sorry, look at my presentation. Screenshot it. Go study it yourself, man. You know? And then right at the bottom here, listen, there's some names here that I would actually agree with a Ryan Garcia. Fighters that wasn't in their prime. Kell Brook wasn't in his prime because he already got smoked by Golovkin and Spence. So he was done. Amir Khan was clearly past his best. Ricky Burns was also past his best. So there are some fighters on Crawford's resume, they were past their best. I agree there's some fighters that were already past their primes. But to say that Terence Bud Crawford never faced anybody who was young and hungry in their prime, that is just totally false, my people. That is false. That is nonsense. And I just showed you an example. I showed you the facts. I presented it to you. 5 undefeated champions. Some of them unified champions that Terence Bud Crawford beat. I made my point, man. Let me know in the comments. You are like, what do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Now, I want to end it with this. Ryan Garcia also speaks about the fact that by the time Terence Bud Crawford beat Canelo, Canelo was past his prime. That's what that and I hear a lot of people saying that, and I understand, but let me say this. Canelo was what, 35 years of age by the time Crawford beat him? Crawford is older than Canelo, like by a couple of years, 2-3 years or whatever. Yeah, let me look at, yeah, Crawford is older. Yeah, Crawford is older than Canelo, mate. And also, I'm going to say this. People that are saying that Canelo was past his prime. Now tell me this. Before Crawford beat Canelo, Canelo was undefeated for 3 years. The last defeat for Canelo was against Dimitri Bivol back in 2022, and that was up at light heavy. That was up at light heavy. After that, Canelo went on a unbeaten run. He beat Golovkin, he beat John Ryder, he beat Jermaine Charlo, he beat Jamie Munguia, and he beat Edgar Berlanga. And of course, he beat William Scow in that dead fight. He was undefeated at super middleweight, 168 pounds, until Crawford came and took all his belts, man, and became undisputed for the 3rd time. 3 weight divisions, undisputed fighter, man. Come on, put some respect on Crawford's name. People say Canelo was past his prime. So if Canelo was past his prime, Edgar Berlanga is in his 20s. Why couldn't he beat Canelo? Jamie Munguia in his 20s. Why couldn't he beat Canelo? Jamal Charlo, I think he was late 20s or early 30s. Why couldn't he beat Canelo? So all these guys, they were younger than Canelo, younger than Crawford, yeah? They couldn't beat Canelo. The young, fresh, hungry lions. As Ryan Garcia says, they couldn't beat Canelo. But when Crawford beats Canelo, even though he's older than Canelo, all of a sudden, Canelo's past his prime. Come on, man. Let's make it make sense, man. Let's make it make sense, man. I understand people have their own opinions. You might not like a fighter. You might not like the style of a fighter. You know what I mean? You might not like the way a fighter speaks in press conferences or whatever. You might not like them for whatever reasons. But come on, let's appreciate the greatness. Let's appreciate let's respect people's achievements, man. Terence Bud Crawford for all the comers, man. Anyone that wanted to fight me, he'll fight them. Like Ryan Garcia talks about Ennis Boots and Virgil Ortiz, mate. These guys, like, they came after, mate. Do you know what I mean? I would have liked to see Crawford fight them. Me personally, I think Crawford beats Virgil Ortiz. He beats Ennis Boots. Yes, it's gonna be competitive. These guys are hungry. It'll be competitive. But I think, for me personally, just my opinion, I predict Crawford beats all of them guys. We saw Ennis Boots against Zayas. Look how many times he got tagged. Would you put Zayas in the same league, boxing skill-wise, as Terence Bud Crawford? I don't think so, mate. If Zayas can touch up Ennis Boots and Nelly actually stop him, like wobbled him, can you imagine what Terence Bud Crawford would do to Boots? Come on, man. Like, we need to stop this, man. Terence Bud Crawford had a fantastic career. He's retired now. He's not boxing no more. So just leave him alone. Let's just appreciate what he achieved, what he did in the game. All this revisionism coming back and, oh, he wasn't in his prime. He didn't fight this in his prime. Like, we need to stop that. If I ask you, how many fighters did Lennox Lewis beat in their prime? Give me an answer. How many fighters do you think Lennox Lewis beat in their prime? That was in their prime. Was Mike Tyson in his prime when Lennox Lewis beat him? Was Holyfield in his prime when Lennox Lewis beat him? How many fighters did Mike Tyson beat when in their prime? How many fighters that did Usyk beat in their prime? How many fighters did Mayweather beat? Man, we can go on and on and on, like. Why is this? Oh, how many fight? Mate, let's just appreciate the performances that these guys put in the ring. Whenever they stepped up, they fought against a big name, they did the job. Terence Crawford did the job. He handled it. He made them, he schooled them, dominated these guys. Hall of Famers. Dominated them. Mate, I'm done, man. I'm done, man. I just want to I wanted to record this video just to debunk a lot of the shit that Ryan Garcia was saying, because a lot of people follow him and listen to what he's saying, yeah? And they might actually take that as gospel. Might actually take it as the truth and start believing shit. I'm like, nah, I can't let that go, because I'm a Crawford fan, you know what I mean? I recognize his greatness and I'm a great admirer of his skills, you know? And I'm the same. Listen, if someone wants to talk shit about Ryan Garcia, I'll do the same thing, man. You know? But Ryan Garcia is not really the guy to be talking shit, because his resume, like, he's nowhere near Terence Crawford. He hasn't fought anybody who's young and hungry that's an undefeated that he's beaten. He's lost against Tank, against David Haney. He took drugs, peds, so we can't even count that. And he beat a Marius Barrios, who's the worst champion ever. Ryan Garcia can't chat. He lost against Rolly Romero. Come on, what would Bud Crawford do to Rolly Romero, mate? Make it make sense, man. I don't know, man. Listen, I'm done, man. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, man. Like, is Crawford great? Do you respect Crawford's legacy? Or are you one of those that question his legacy and, you know, even after all the facts I just presented to you, are you still thinking, nah, man, he could have done more? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I respond to everybody. Let's have this debate in the comments. Listen, I get it. Would I have wanted to see Crawford fight Boots or Virgil? Yeah, I would have wanted, but he caught time. Like, you know what I mean? He's done enough. He's achieved what he wanted to achieve. Undisputed champion in 3 different weight classes. I mean, what's more to do? He walked away. His faculties are still in check. He's made millions. Go live your life. Enjoy your life, mate. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, my people. I appreciate it, man. You know me. It's your boy Enzo, the realest in the game. Do me a favor, smash the likes. Subscribe to the channel, hype up the channel. Like, come on, man. I do all this work, yeah? Build all these presentations for you guys. Subscribe, man. Like, show me that appreciation so I can do more of this type of shit. Yeah? I'll see you on the next one, man. Until then, stay blessed, my people. Peace.